Okay, looking at the Dow Jones, starting off with the markets, always going to look at the markets, bigger picture, and we see the Dow Jones. Could this be a flag to the downside? Not sure. Um, we kind of just look at it like this. Is this going to be more downside? And if so, where to? Is it going to continue? There's some support right here. If we can extend this over, you see that there's definitely support right here. So we got to see if it's going to break that and continue to the downside. But, you know, no, predicting will not make you any money, but is it going to come down to 14.5? Let's look at the weekly. The weekly, we're still under. We're still looking at these levels, and we'll just see what happens at the end of the day. And don't let one day make you turn you into a bull or a bear. You have to make sure you're looking at the overall trend. And even if you look at the monthly, you can see, okay, we do have a bearish candle potentially forming, but we still got a couple more days in the month, and no reason to kind of try to predict anything. So we're looking at the S&P 500 next. A down day with the 10 and the 50, 10 about to cross the 50, engulfing pattern for the candlestick guys. Kind of really got to see how this one plays out. Like I said, it's still, we had a little hammer last week, not a long tail for it, but we got to see if we break at least these 1639 levels and kind of see where that goes from there. So you really want to make sure that you're looking at the overall bigger picture before you start just looking at the fluctuations within the market. And you're talking about, let's see if we can look at this. Let me see. Yep. Okay. This is what, percent up, and we got to kind of really make sure we're measuring and seeing how big of a drawdown we have from here. This is just a retracement of almost 1.5%, 2%. So it's not really anything to really write home about. We just got to see if it's going to continue to the downside, and that's the only time will tell. Don't try to predict the market, because that's the easiest way to separate you from your money. Okay, last but not least, let's look at the Russell. The Russell is continuing. It's above the 10. It looks actually the best out of all. The best out of all actually looks like the composite. And, that one is looking fairly good. It's still, above. Maybe get the shooting star at previous, resistance. So that might be something that if you're aggressive, you get in. But I would just, at the end of the day, I'm just kind of looking to really wait and see what's happening right now. A couple of my current positions are still doing well, but because I've peeled off profits and rolled up stops and stuff like that. But we'll see how this goes from here. So is this going to continue? Because if it continues, it's going to keep going up higher. And, it is what it is. So let's look at a couple names. Facebook continuing to go higher. Apple, I thought it was actually going to be in a golfing pattern, ended up being a shooting star, and that's I swing trade. So, it is, and these are not trade recommendations. You still got to do your own due diligence and stuff like that. So, Apple still, to me, looks like it still has some upside potential to go right here. So, Google actually, I thought was, and you can follow me at Maximus Analysis on Twitter, and the engulfing pattern actually went to fruition. I thought midday that maybe I wouldn't, do this because maybe it was the opposite of what was going on with the markets, but it ended up being, coming to fruition and doing that. So, Microsoft, I need to see if this gap holds, right here. If it holds, if it continues and it gets back above this 35, I'm looking for it to get to this level, this 36 at least. So we kind of will see what's going on with that. Let's look at the banking sector. Bank of America, maybe a little shooting star. You got to be really careful. JP Morgan, it looks like it could have some more downside, quite honestly. I mean, maybe it gets back down to these 50 levels and even comes back to maybe this 49.50 level. So we kind of see what happens with that. FedEx, I was in FedEx. It's doing well. I'm in LinkedIn. That one is doing okay-ish. I mean, I got in today, and I'll roll up my stops and see where it goes from there. And like I said, I had the Facebook, LinkedIn, and FedEx, and I got stopped out of my short for Solar City, which is kind of ironic, but it looks like maybe it could continue to the downside. I'm not sure. Maybe this is sliding to continue to go up, or it's sliding to go back down. Only time will tell. Tesla, I wouldn't, why step in front of a train? This thing is moving up. Look at the weekly. Nothing about this weekly is saying bearish at all. So you got to really look at this stuff, and start doing my videos more consistently now, and we'll go from there. So if you have any comments or questions, you can always email me at maximusanalysis@gmail.com. And have a great day. Trade them well.